What is up, Nuggets? It's your boy, Killer Pizza, here with a brand new video for all you rascals and rapscallions out there. Now, it is October 3rd, which means Halloween is in the air. You know, obviously I love scary movies, horror movies all year round, but it's fun this time of year. Everybody else kind of gets into it. So I thought I could do a little fun video here that's going to be my top 10 favorite Halloween movies. And these aren't necessarily the best movies. They're not going to be the same as everyone else's picks. These are just my personal choices for the top 10 movies that are best to watch around this time of year. And they're going to be no particular order, so let me just get right at it. First of all, we have, I'm going to bunch these together, Evil Dead 1 and 2. Just if you want to see something batshit crazy off the walls, you know, it's perfect for Halloween. All the good gore, all the good effects. It's very scary, very creepy. One of the few horror movies that actually can spook me out to this day. Like, the effects on a lot of these demons or zombies, they're pretty scary. You know, I might have to turn a light on when I watch this one sometimes. Kind of spooks me out. But, you know, Bruce Campbell, Sam Raimi. This is actually made in Michigan. So if you guys have never heard of Evil Dead and you're watching this channel, you know, get at that. 1 and 2. The next, this one really isn't a horror movie necessarily, but that is Monster Squad. Now, this is one I just seen for the first time recently. I can't believe I didn't watch this as a kid, but it's pretty fun. It's got kind of like a Goonies atmosphere to it with all these universal monsters that are in the movie. You got Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, the Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, stuff like that. And they're pretty much trying to take over the world, and these group of friends have to get together and fight off all these monsters. It was a pretty fun movie. Very atmospheric for Halloween. And yeah, just a fun watch altogether. Now right here is one of my favorites. That is Creepshow. I know a lot of people are on the fence when it comes to horror anthologies, or anthology films for that matter, but I love them. And this is one of the very, very best. George Romero and Stephen King working together. It has, I believe, 4 or 5, I want to say 5 little stories in here, and each one of them is amazing. I'm going to do a review of this one pretty soon, but this has a pretty cool, like, kind of old comic book feel to it, to the old EC comics, and, you know, Vault of Horror and Creepshow and stuff like that. Yeah, I even like the sequel a lot better, but this is the only one that's going to make the cut. This is definitely worth the watch any time of year, but good one for Halloween. The next here is one I was supposed to review. I just honestly didn't really have the time to get the video out to watch it, and because I know this review is going to go on for like 20-30 minutes. It's my all-time favorite movie, and that is Return of the Living Dead. Like I said, with some of these other ones, with all of them really in my opinion, this could be watched any time of the year. My very favorite, but this is kind of a groundbreaking zombie movie. It's the first zombie flick where the zombies are actually running, which I'm not a big fan of, but I like how they do it in this one with, like, it depends on how far the rigor mortis has set in on, like, the speed of the zombies. And they actually talk for the first time. You know, this is where they were saying brains, and I believe this is also the first zombie movie where they make it clear that zombies feed on brains. But yeah, this one's just all around good fun, very funny. It's a kind of a comedy horror. And, you know, I've showed this to a couple of my best friends who reluctantly didn't let me show them this forever because they're not horror fans. They both loved it. This movie flies by so quick. Great, great movie. You won't be disappointed checking this one out. Then I had to throw a creature feature in here. This was one of my favorites growing up. Pumpkinhead. Now look at that monster there. I wish there was a better shot of him, like on the back cover, but this monster's like 9-10 feet tall or something. Pretty much this guy here has a son who gets accidentally killed by some bonehead teens driving their dirt bikes out by his, you know, corner store or whatever out in the boonies. And he takes his kid to, like, this witch doctor, and she puts, like, a curse on these kids and summons Pumpkinhead from the pumpkin patches. And he comes back to life and starts picking off these kids one by one. And, you know, I mentioned Universal Horror just recently when I was talking about Monster Squad, but I didn't really grow up on a lot of these creature features that were around in the older days. I need to step my game up with that. So this is kind of like my modern day creature feature, and this monster, Pumpkinhead, will scare the shit out of you. I mean, it's not the goriest movie, but it's kind of, psychological in a lot of ways. The visuals are amazing. Actually directed by the same guy who did the effects on the Pumpkinhead, costume or whatever. But yeah, another good one for Halloween. Speaking of Halloween movies, we got Night of the Demons, a very requested movie people want me to review. This is probably considered one of the more popular Halloween movies in general. Pretty much a bunch of teenagers go to this haunted hall house, or it was a possessed house, I should say, to go throw a Halloween party on Halloween night. And everyone starts getting possessed by demons. Now, the cool thing about this that I like is it starts off with all these teens and just one demon. And it kind of like goes by like a slasher movie. But every time someone gets picked off, they turn into a demon. So it starts from, more teens, one demon, then almost all demons and very few teens left and everything. And the atmosphere and vibe, the cinematography, soundtrack, everything is on point with this. It really gives you a good Halloween vibe at the party and everything. All around fun movie. Definitely worth a watch. The sequel's pretty good as well. Then we have one you guys wouldn't expect necessarily. I just got this one recently. I actually got in a big argument with Nick Baker over this movie because he told me it sucked. And I'm like, you're crazy, man. And that is Idle Hands. Now, this is definitely leaning more on the comedy side. But, I'm not following all the rules. I make the rules on my videos. So if it's not necessarily horror, I'm still throwing it in there. Horror comedy. But a lot of people wouldn't consider this like a Halloween movie. But it takes place on Halloween. Like, the whole destination is for these kids to go to the Halloween dance. But this is a fun little movie where the guy's hand gets possessed and his hand is killing everybody and he doesn't know it. His hand takes over while he's sleeping, wakes him up and go do the killing. When he finds out, he chops his hand off and the hand takes off. And, for the rest of the movie, him and his friends are trying to catch this hand before it kills more people. And it's pretty fun movie all around. You get exactly what you pay for with this one. Now, one that is definitely not horror, but how could I not throw this in here? I'm surprised to find out some people don't like this movie. That is Hocus Pocus. I have seen this movie so many times growing up. Absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen it, it's about these three witches, the Sanderson sisters. They get lynched back in the old days when they used to lynch women for thinking they're witches and everything, for taking children's souls in the town or whatever. But on Halloween night, this candle in the old Sanderson sisters' house gets lit by this kid, lit by a virgin, and that's like the rules that will bring these witches back. And the witches come back and try to take over the whole town and take over all the kids' souls, and it's up to this one kid, his little sister, and his crush, along with some help from some friends they meet on the way, to stop these witches. I would suggest this movie to anybody. If you have kids in the Halloween time, I'm sure you know about this movie and they've seen it. This one's fun for the whole family. I would recommend this one 10 times out of 10. Then we have another one I've seen more recently, about a year ago, and this has turned into one of my all-time favorites. Trick or Treat, and we got that awesome slipcover from Scream Factory. Tons of awesome bonus features. But this is one of the movies that has the atmosphere like no other. The atmosphere of Halloween. It's like, it is in the air. It introduces like the rules of Halloween and everything. It's pretty much an anthology film. But it's pretty fun because every little story connects with each other. And it's pretty gory too. Pretty fun. And you got this little horror mascot here who became a legend, Sam. Little Pumpkinhead kid. He's kind of the main character that kind of pieces everything together. But yeah, it even has a fun little twist at the end. Unbelievable movie. I got the Scream Factory release, but you could find this movie pretty cheap, on Amazon, which it could be the same. I could say the same about a lot of these movies. Like Hocus Pocus is a pretty basic copy I have. You can get way better copies. A lot of these that I'm showing you are, the Scream Factory releases, the good stuff. But pretty much any of these more expensive Blu-rays, you can go on Amazon and get a lot of these for $10 or less. So, and I'm doing this early, so you'll have plenty of time to pick them up for Halloween. And last but not least, how could this not be the choice? Everybody's number one. John Carpenter's Halloween. First and foremost, John Carpenter is one of my all-time favorite directors. I love his movies. This might be my number one favorite horror movie. Nothing beats this. I mean, unless you've been living under a rock, you know who Michael Myers is. But I feel a lot of people who know about Chucky, Jason, Pinhead, Michael Myers, etc., haven't really seen a lot of the movies, especially the sequels and everything. And I'd be curious how many haven't actually seen this or how long, but it still holds up. John Carpenter's score adds so much tension to this movie. Such an atmospheric vibe in the neighborhood during Halloween. Michael Myers is such a like entity in this, like a silent killer. Like you know, you don't know what's going on in his head. He's just so scary in this movie in particular, in the original, and you know it doesn't get any better than this. This is the best movie to watch on Halloween. We all know that. But yeah, with that being said, those are just my 10 picks for my favorite Halloween movies to watch around Halloween time. Horror movies, Halloween movies, whatever you want to say. But yeah, I just wanted to get this video out. I know I normally put videos out on Saturdays, but I really wanted to get this new cruise control out. I have it. It's supposed to come out next week, but I want to put it out tomorrow because it's pretty fun. I hope you guys watch it. But I can't not do any horror for October. So I had to do a quick little video for you guys. I want to do more for October. I didn't last year. So if you guys have any suggestions for movies you want me to review for Halloween, anything in particular, let me know and I will do so. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, Blood Got Score. Check you guys next time.